Back to our breaking news now. We're learning more about some of the passengers on board that plane that went down.
U.S. Figure Skating did release a statement confirming that several members of their skating community were aboard American Airlines Flight 5342. According to the club, the athletes, coaches, and family members were returning home from the National Development Camp held in conjunction with the U.S. Figure Skating Championship in Wichita, Kansas. The statement did go on to say that the organization is devastated by this unspeakable tragedy. 2 American teen figure skaters are among those who did die. They have been identified as 16-year-old Spencer Lane and his mom, Christine Lane. The 2 were the 1994 World Figure Skating champions in pairs.
And they were all members, as we mentioned, of that skating club of Boston. And this morning, the club is talking about the loss.
These kids and their parents, they're here at our facility in Norwood 6, sometimes 7 days a week. It's a close, tight bond. And I think for all of us, we have lost family.
And according to Russian state media, 2 Russian world champions were also among the passengers on the flight. The International Skating Union said it is shocked by the accident. And that statement reads in part, "We are heartbroken to learn that figure skaters, along with their families, friends, and coaches, are understood to be among those on board. Our thoughts are with everyone affected by this tragedy. Figure skating is more than a sport. It's a close-knit family, and we stand together. We remain in close contact with U.S. Figure Skating and offer our full support during this incredibly difficult time."
Now, by all accounts, those young athletes were considered among the elite competitors in the sport. According to reports in Wichita, there will be a vigil at the camp where many athletes and families are still taking part in training there.
Well, turning back to the other part of this breaking news story, President Donald Trump just wrapped up his news conference just about 5 minutes ago. And he was talking at length and covered a variety of topics about the crash that happened. He began his news conference with a moment of silence.
I'd like to request a moment of silence for the victims and their families, please. Thank you very much. I speak to you this morning in an hour of anguish for our nation.
The president also saying this was a dark and excruciating night for the country. And then he also expressed condolences on behalf of the First Lady and the 340 million Americans out there who have been watching this tragedy. That press conference, again, touching on a lot of subjects this morning.
Yeah, let's get now to our Washington correspondent, Amy Lou, who's been at the scene of the crash all night and has more.
Mike, Melanie, we are standing by the Potomac River and it looks calm now, but keep in mind many parts of this river are iced over, and this waist-deep water is exactly what emergency crews have been dealing with all night into these morning hours, searching for those victims. And now with a federal investigation underway, President Trump is already blaming his predecessor. Daylight revealing the tragic scene. Emergency crews searching overnight, braving freezing temperatures and icy water, carrying ashore the bodies of more than 24 people killed after an American Airlines passenger jet from Wichita, Kansas, collided with a Black Hawk helicopter moments before it was set to land in Washington Wednesday night.
We have been told that there are no survivors.
The flight carrying 60 passengers, including young figure skaters, parents, and 2 highly regarded Russian coaches, along with 4 crew members.
I don't know what the word is. Is it wrecked? Is it devastated? Folks are just stunned by this.
The plane colliding with the helicopter on a training mission with 3 soldiers aboard.
The FAA, which is overseen by Secretary Pete Buttigieg. He was a disaster as a mayor. He ran his city into the ground, and he's a disaster now. He's just got a good line of bull.
As new details emerge,
John 1 star, 3 Q 17.
Our National Investigative Unit obtained air traffic control audio capturing the moment of the crash.
We're looking for a aircraft versus a helicopter into the Potomac.
This was not unusual with a military aircraft flying the river and aircraft landing at DCA.
The National Transportation Safety Board leading the investigation into what happened.
Safety is our expectation, that when you depart an airport, you get to your destination. That didn't happen last night.
And emergency responders say they found the passenger plane split into 3 sections in the water. They now say they are working on removing the wreck from that, as well as the helicopter from the Potomac today. Reporting live from Washington near the Potomac River this morning, I'm Amy Liu, KCRA 3 News.
Thank you so much, Amy. And Reagan National Airport resumed flights just about an hour ago. We'll continue to follow all the breaking developments in this story as they happen both on air and online. Be sure to download the KCRA 3 app. And also make sure you have those push notifications enabled so you can get the latest updates.